He's the rhythm behind the Latin Cowboys and the soul behind the Buena Vista Legacy Band. We want to welcome back a true master of percussion on this week's Spotlight Music Series, Gino Castillo, who's back to talk about not just music, but its healing powers. Welcome back.
That is a big thing, saying powers. I have no power at all.
Maybe you bring out the power that's within us.
That could be. I'm just a tool.
Yeah.
I was having a session yesterday, actually, and thanks so much for having me.
Of course.
It's always beautiful to come here and talk to you.
Yeah,
and
likewise.
being able to share these things. So I was just having a session with a client yesterday, and she was telling me, because after the sessions, I like to hear what they experience, how they felt, they maybe not experience anything.
Mm-hmm.
And she was explaining so many things. You know, it took us an hour after just to hear her experience. And while she was saying those things, I was thinking how lucky and grateful I am to being able to channel that. But and I explained to her, because she was confused of why I was so calm about that. And I told her, because everything is you. I don't do anything. I'm just learning how to turn on the light.
Well, and to let our audience know kind of what you've been up to, because I think they're all wondering, they're very curious, what are we talking about here? No, but it's a good place to jump off from, because when we're talking about the healing power of music, I mean, obviously you've been a professional musician for so many years now, a percussionist, but you have now taken it to another level, and you are now working in the realm of gongs and using that vibration to help people heal themselves.
Basically,
right?
Yeah,
I mean, what would be
Yeah.
another way that you would express?
So recently I was coming back to life, literally.
So you were very sick.
And that thing really brought me back to a different, I feel like on all that process, that I'm so grateful for what happened to me, because really brought me to this new track. It's like I was going in one train that I was happy with it.
Yeah.
And suddenly on this confusion of my life, one year basically, that I see clouds.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
And literally I saw the clouds because I was like, hey, I don't want to stay here, but
you
it's
were
like,
very close
I was
to losing your
I was
life.
supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
That's to be serious. I was my blood has 44% taken with the leukemia, and I had a deadly fungus that I was even worse.
Yes.
And that was all the same time. So the percentage of my one of the doctors, the infectious disease doctor, told me once that I was laughing because how he said it. He said, like, we're gonna do our best. That's what he said. That's how bad I was supposed to be.
Oh my God.
And I laughed with it. My mom, she doesn't speak English, and she said, what, he said that you laugh so much?
If she knew what was being said, she probably would start crying, you know.
I told her, like, he said that he doesn't know how to talk to people.
And we'll take a break in about a minute here, but I want you to tell us how you discovered the gong tuning forks.
Okay,
that's another one.
I'm actually, what I'm doing is I'm mixing several techniques.
Okay.
How that happened, my mom is guilty of the first part of this. My mom works with Reiki, and she works helping abused women in Ecuador. Yeah. So she came one day. I had days where I was very bad. You know, I couldn't even go to the bathroom in the hospital. That's how weak I was for some days. And she came one of those days, and she said, I just sent you an email with this song. And I was like, okay, I listened. And no, it's a YouTube link.
Wow.
You should play it. And it's like, okay, Mom. I did it for her. And I was like, what? She's sharing with me now. I can barely do this. Sure. So I just pressed play, and I saw the title, and then I thought, like, oh my God, my mom and her
woo woo.
Yeah, it was Tibetan flute track. Yeah. Like 6 hours. Oh no, it was like no ending.
Oh gosh.
Healing Tibetan flute
yes,
track.
yeah. You can find those on YouTube. Of course, yeah. They go on for hours and hours and hours.
It was no ending.
It's just sort of like.
And then she said, my friend in India
frequency or something of the sound.
This. And she said, my friend in India, she sent me that, and she said that you will be able to sleep if you hear that. And I was like, oh my God, Mom. And because it's my mom, you know?
Right, of course. You always have to
It's kind of like the
mom.
same thing with my son. I said, like, you should hear these frequencies.
Yeah.
No. He straight told me, like, don't send me any of that because I don't want it.
Well, I tell you what, this is a good place to take a break. So when we come back after the commercial, I want to hear more about how you're implementing now this new tool of yours, this new skill. So we'll do that in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back on this week's Spotlight Music Series. We welcome back Gino Castillo, renowned percussionist, but has turned his passion for music into a different passion, using sound to heal. I mean, I feel that when I listen to music, it's got a therapeutic
Definitely music
feeling.
Is therapeutic. So what I was saying about that is like, my mom just put the track and left.
Right. And then how did you feel afterwards?
And I hated the first 10 minutes.
You did.
But after the minute 10, I loved it. The rest of my stay in that hotel called Hospital, I was listening every night that track.
So how did you, you regained your health. How did you then decide that you were going to pursue, and tell us the instruments that you use now in your practice.
So what happens at the hospital with somebody that I don't remember, and if you are seeing this, let me know you did send that. Somebody else sent me another video. It's a TED Talk from Anthony Holland. It's called Shattering Cancer Cells with Sound. Oh. And it's a very deep scientific investigation that he went through for years to actually shatter cancer cells with vibration. And of course in a lab.
Sure.
Very scientific. And that really catch my attention to just know.
Because then you saw the practicality of it.
Yes, and it was specifically for something that I was going through.
Yes.
So I had a lot of spare time being in the hospital.
I know, right?
24/7. The only thing I had with me was my laptop.
Of course.
And I started to do a lot of research. So I went very deep into the rabbit hole of machines. I'm wearing with me all the time one of those.
Yeah.
Actually, it's from the company that he actually did.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But it is so many companies, and some of the companies are true, some are just like, whatever. Yeah. But I went through that process to learn and then understand a lot about that, trying to understand a lot about that world. So when I went out of the hospital, I went to Ecuador to get cleansed because my whole life I've been treating as a homeopathic patient.
And when you say cleansed, was this also using sound, or was this another?
No, that was using homeopathic holistic.
Yes, okay.
So my friend from childhood is a doctor. And he told me, like, come here. Yeah. I'll help you. Just come here, stay for 2 months.
Wow.
And we're gonna do like daily treatments with vitamin C, IV, ozone, homeopathic things, like a lot of holistic. And that was beautiful because that's what really brought me back to life.
Yeah. So it gave you the strength to now practice what you're practicing. Yeah.
Yes. When I was there, I went to visit one of my former students. I used to teach in college there. And the first one who graduated from a percussion career as my student, and he studied 15 years sound healing with one of the best gong players in the world.
Incredible.
And he introduced me to this, and I fell in love with this thing.
So tell our audience now where you practice, how you practice, who would be good candidates for this?
Anybody can be a good candidate for this, because this is the good thing about all these therapies that they have no side effects, because our body takes what it needs to work with the homeostasis. Yeah. And then
after a session, if someone's stressed out about life, if they've got something pressing on their mind or their heart.
This is one thing that, and my practice is called Energy Healing Charleston.
Okay.
And I'm going to have the first public sound bath at Evolve Academy November the 2nd.
Oh, yes.
But I also have my little studio in the house where I have just sessions one-on-one. And it is very interesting because what you can expect is don't expect anything. Because anybody's experience is going to be different, and different states of mind, how stressed you are, how your soul feels that moment, and most of all, what the gongs are ready to tell you, because I'm not doing anything. I'm just I have learned how to become a tool, so gongs are telling me, play me like this because this person needs this, needs frequencies. Yeah. It's like, so I learned techniques that is very important, and mixing ancient practices like the gongs, the tuning forks, some breathing work, but I'm also bringing technology, modern technology with copper coils and PMF, pulse electromagnetic frequencies.
Oh, yes.
And scalar waves.
Oh, wow.
Sent to you while you're receiving that. Plus binaural beats that is recorded music and training your brain. So it is like, I like to call what I'm doing more than a sound bath or an energy bath. I'd like to to call this an energy sound infusion.
Yes, I was going to say that. Yeah, infusion is the word that came to my mind too.
It is an infusion.
So fascinating. And what's the name of your business?
Energy Healing Charleston.
Energy Healing Charleston, Gino Castillo. You can't forget it. And love seeing all of your posts on social media as well. But it's such a treat for the rest of us because he's going to show us exactly how this gong works. So we're going to do that in 2 minutes. Thank you again for coming on.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We'll be back after this.